name's Dan. I've lived in Seattle for a few years. I like living in Seattle because for once in my life I'm considered charming and extroverted. To me, living in Seattle is a lot like dating a cold, beautiful woman who doesn't really love you back. And she's really pretty, but a lot of other guys like her, and you're really only with her to get to the income tax thing at this point. And she gets a little bit more expensive every year I'm with her. I had a phone call with one of my college friends today, and it was amazing because we hadn't caught up in like 3 or 4 years, and so much has changed. We both moved out to the West Coast. They're transitioning right now. They dropped that bombshell on me, and I learned so much about them that I didn't even know we were living together. And when we ended the call, I said, thank you so much for sharing all these things with me. We can't let these many years go by again, and I love you. And they said to have a good one. Like I just bought a donut from them. What kind of psychopathic shit is that to say after that bombshell? That's like the vulnerability equivalent of if you're getting a prostate exam at the doctor's office and your doctor takes off the glove, slaps you on the ass with it, and then says, yeah, take it easy, bro. One of my exes left me for a woman, and I think that makes sense. I think I'm a good gateway drug to lesbianism. Let's look at the facts real quick, all right? I wear flannels in the fall, I write gloomy poetry, and I have short but surprisingly powerful hands. I'd love to be known as a lesbian whisperer of sorts. I'll be sitting there with my girlfriend, and we'll be watching the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror as I drive away, and she'll say, I think that could be me in the future. It could be us. And I'll say, no, I know what you meant. I'll just slowly slip out of the window. You hear the sound of wind chimes, even though she doesn't have any, and the sound of the wind going, my work here is done. And it's great because I actually met one of her exes. Yeah, Kathy's great. So I suppose the moral of the story is, the ones that stay in your heart aren't the lesbians you make, but the lesbian friends you make along the way. Try to keep an optimistic slant on things. I try to stay optimistic, but you have to be practical about certain decisions. Like, I was shopping for a bed a few years ago, and I got a really nice big queen. Too optimistic. I only use it for sex, so I'm not getting a good return on investment on that purchase. Like, what if it would be great if you brought your girl home and you're like, I didn't expect us to get this far. I don't even have a bed. I respect you so much. No, so I should have gone for a twin bed and a Motel 6 rewards card and just called it even from there. My dating life is changing a little bit. Has anyone else found that their demographic has changed as they've gotten older? Oh, it has for me. And my new demographic is what I would euphemistically call like older divorcees. I think that's fair to say. And I wouldn't even really call them MILFs. I use a different acronym, actually. I call them SMIDs. Soccer moms I begrudgingly bang. And I know I'm not a stallion at this point, all right? I know. Like, I'm not going to be blowing anybody's back out of the back of their minivan. But I might give them a mean hamstring cramp. Nothing that some orange slices and stretching couldn't handle. I mean, they already have the cooler right there. And after we're done, we can go get some snacks from the Icy Hot DP. That's another acronym, actually. You may have heard of it. It's Inner City Youths handing out their delicious pastries. Doing a great thing for the community, the Icy Hot DP. So I dated this girl for a few weeks. It didn't work out, so I suppose I faked those STD test results for nothing. And no, I didn't do that. She was a real sweet girl. She did this one kind of weird thing, though. She was a few years younger than me, actually. And she said this thing, like, when I got her a drink or something, she would go, gee, thanks, mister. And that was cute for a minute, but it got real old when she said it after I finished on her. And like, listen, lady, you know the phones listen to us now. I don't want my ads to get messed up, all right? Gonna be seeing ring pops and shit. Gonna have to watch the Joe Rogan Experience so I can get ads for protein powder again. No, my effort for my first message on dating apps is directly correlated to the number of days since I've had sex. So if I mention something on your profile in the opener, you'll know I'm having a rough time. Like, I don't think a lot of people are too creative on Tinder, though. It's like this one girl, I asked what she liked to do, and she said she likes hiking, stargazing, and rock climbing. I'm like, all right, so pretty much everything in one afternoon. And we really don't even need to leave Seattle to do any of those things. Like, even if you want to sleep on a tent afterwards, we can just go hang out under I-5, and I'll take care of that. Some topical stuff. There were some men in Idaho who got arrested this week. 31 men all showed up in the same vehicle to go ride at a pride event in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And it makes sense that they would all show up in one vehicle because they got out and they sure looked like a bunch of fucking clowns. Yeah, that's my pandering to Seattle joke. Love pandering to a probably left-leaning crowd in Seattle. I hope I don't get beat up by pissed off right-wingers when I do that joke in Puyallup. Yeah, so I watch these ads on YouTube, and one of them is for Crypto.com. It's kind of a sketchy sounding business, and they had Matt Damon as their spokesperson, and that doesn't make me trust him anymore. Matt Damon plays a backstabber in every movie he's ever been in. Okay, and they've had to lay off a lot of people recently with the hit crypto's taken in the past few weeks, and so they can't afford a second one with Matt Damon. They actually got someone else for their new commercial. It's Steve from the original Blue's Clues. Yeah, it was a weird looking commercial. I didn't really understand it. Like, he was doing it, and then all these agents came in and handed him an envelope, and he did the jingle. He said, "We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from the IRS." See someone comfortable looks in the crowd. Why does he keep singing so terribly? I missed it when he was monotone. Uber prices are out of control. I don't take the apps for rides anymore. I do know a drug dealer, however. I know a drug dealer. And he takes me where I need to go. I pay him for some drugs, and that's it. I don't use any drugs. I don't use the drugs, but it's cheaper than the apps. He even robs me at knife point every couple of weeks, and it still works out in the equation. I do work out at the park. That was great during the pandemic until people started bringing their kids back. Yeah, like I was doing dips on the merry-go-round, and this little kid comes up to me and says, "Hey, sir, this one's supposed to be only for the kids." I'm like, "Hey, man, you're blowing my cover. All of this stuff is only supposed to be for the kids. All right? There's a reason that your mom is eyeing me over there from the bench. It's not because she needs a new stepdad for you." So I married her anyway because I wasn't about to let that kid win the argument. Gotta assert myself. I'm 25% Jewish, and I'm very proud of that because they only offered me 15% to start. How am I doing, Gunnar? 1 minute?
Woo! Doing good.
Doing good.
One more.
One more?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so there is this guy in Houston who he got caught for murdering somebody because he was Googling the results of how to hide a murder. Not a real great move at this day and age, I would have to say for myself. Not a real great move. I feel like that's a real Generation Z move. Like, if you were to ask Jeeves that back in the day, he would have been the homie. He would have clammed up. Just giving you a printout on MapQuest of the nearest forest. Or to find some hydrochloric acid to dissolve the bones. When I was a kid, I really wanted an iMac. One of those, you know, real hip heavy ones in the back that came in different colors. And money was tight, though. money was tight, so I tried to achieve at a real high level. And one day my dad came home and he was like, "Good news, son." I'm like, "Yes, let it be the Mac. You have a new baby cousin." Fuck out of my face with a new baby cousin. Come back to me when I can play Oregon Trail on it. All right, that's my time on Neverland.